Right. I hope you people are seeing my screen. So let's start today's session. So this is the first session of Python full stack development. In today's lecture, I'll discuss what subjects are required to become Python full stack developer. Okay. Yes. Python full stack development. See, if you want to become a Python full stack developer, first of all, you must and should learn a programming language that is called Python. This is the main core subject, right? Next, Django, and third one, REST API. Fourth one, Flask. Fifth one, UI basics, like UI technologies, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, jQuery, and then Bootstrap. And then sixth one, SQLite 3 and also MySQL. So these are the total subjects which I'm going to cover in Python full stack development. But here I would like to give some clarity. All the students need not to learn this complete full stack development subjects, right? Because depends on your requirement, you have to choose properly. Mr. Vikas Ranjan, I have shared already my screen. Okay. So can anyone give me confirmation? All are not getting screen or only because? I need just clarity. Yes, the remaining people are able to see the screen. I think because the problem is your side, please check internet connection or else you try to rejoin it. Fine. So these are the full stack web development sessions, right? So I said that all students need, some students required only Python subjects and some other students required complete full stack development subject. Okay. So I'll explain you clearly who should go with only Python and who should go with complete full stack development subjects, like total 6 subjects. So first thing is, if your requirement is like after learning Python, if you are moving towards AI, means artificial intelligence, ML, okay, and data analysis or data science, DevOps, development and operations, AWS, okay. So in this area, if you are moving towards this area like AI, ML, data analysis, data science, DevOps, AWS, so for them, I strongly recommend only Python language is enough. No need to learn rest of the subjects like Django, REST API, Flask, UI, SQLite, and MySQL. Okay. Suppose your plan is, if you are not moving towards AI, ML, data analysis, data science, DevOps, AWS, if you really wants to become a Python full stack developer, completely if you want to get a job on Python full stack development process, I recommend strongly these all subjects you must and should learn. So this is the two cases. So in the first case, some students are looking for other technologies like AWS, DevOps, AI, ML, data science, data analysis, data engineering. In this area, if you are looking forward after learning Python, you just go for only Python. No need to enroll full stack development course. And who are looking for complete full stack development, if you don't have any plan to go to data science or data analysis or AML, you can go with all the subjects only. Okay. So this is the clarity. First of all, you just be clear what you need to do. So based on your requirement, you have to start learn. And once you decide to learn anything, so be clear from the beginning. So from the scratch, you just understand the subject and practice it well. So it will be easy to become a software programmer. It's not a big deal. Only the thing is, from the scratch, you have to start practice. And one more thing, to learn Python full stack development subjects, you need not to have any background. Some student ask me, like, do I need any background like CSC, IT? Okay. So to learn software courses, not required. So no matter which background student you are, like degree or MBA or civil or mechanical, no matter. Only the thing is how the way you are practicing, how you are able to do some coding in software applications. And also, mm, prior knowledge. Some students ask me like to start learn with Python. Is there any prerequisites knowledge like C language or C++ basics? That also I'm telling not required. Okay, if you have already knowledge of C language and C++, it's not a there is no issue. Even if you don't have any knowledge of C language, C++, even that is better, because if you don't have any prior knowledge, you will concentrate clearly from Python itself so that understanding will be easy. So when the persons who are having already knowledge of C, C++, Java programming, for suppose, they might get confused because they start to compare with them with Python syntaxes. Obviously, confusion will create. So I hope you understand that. Okay. So please try to focus on pure Python syntaxes. Ignore other languages syntaxes, what already you know that. And these are the total 6 subjects which I'm going to cover. And if you are looking for only Python language, so in Python, there are 2 parts are there, core Python and advanced Python. Okay. So core means basic Python. We will learn most important fundamentals in core subject. Advanced means advanced level of programming or intermediate level of programming we will learn. So if you are looking for only Python core and advanced, the duration of the course is only Python duration, 45 working days to 50 or up to 2 months. I can say 50 days to 50 days to 60 days. It will be finished 50 to 60 days. The duration of only Python course. Okay. Yes. If you are looking for full stack development, complete along with frameworks as well as UI technologies as well as databases, complete total 6 subjects you are looking forward. So the duration of Python full stack development is minimum 4 months, maximum 4.5 months it will take. So this is the duration of the full stack development course duration, and only Python duration is up to 60 days. Within 60 days you will be able to finish your course. Okay. And every day the session time is same. Today what I started like 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Your session time is fixed. And sessions will be Monday to Saturday. Only Sunday is the holiday. And every session is going to be recorded. Right now, this session also is going to record. And after completion of session, actually you have a 4 demo lectures. Okay, 4 demos. So today I have started, right? So continuously you can attend 4 demos. Feel free to attend 4 demos without missing so that you will get clarity in the demo lectures. If you really like my lecture and do you want to continue this course with us, then you have to enroll for this course. Once your enrollment process is over, then we will start sending the 4 demo videos, which is recorded already. And along with the everyday recorded videos, we will send complete subject material, PDF. So this type of PDFs you will receive. So this is complete notes, core Python notes, advanced Python notes, Django, REST API, Flask, including UI and MySQL, all the notes. So you will get PDF material and you will get daily basis video lecture, which will be uploaded Google Drive, which is lifetime access. And everything will be provide. So our support will be ultimately there even once your enrollment is finished. So I'm going to maintain one WhatsApp group. There are a lot of my existing students who are already learned from my lectures. They were there, and you can feel free to post any question. If you have any trouble while practicing, we will assist you. And also in the middle, we will send some test papers like MCQs papers. So based upon that MCQs, how the way you are going to learn, whether you are able to do answer or not, you can test according to your knowledge. So we will send the test papers through your mail. You can write the exam. Then after that, we will disclose the key later. So this type of things will be happen in our session. And once we start logical programming, then we will try to give some assignments. Like you have to do some exercise program. Same exercise programs I'll discuss in the next day. I will not ask you to show any code, just self-test only, right? Okay, yes. So these are complete basic information which I would like to provide. Now let's begin with Python, sir. Because if you are learning Python full stack development course means each and every subject purpose you must and should aware. So if you don't have idea what is this subject and what purpose it is used, you cannot proceed, right? So that's what let me give clarity. Each and every subject purpose we will try to understand in today's lecture. So main subject is Python only, sir. Okay, so this is the core subject. So first we'll talk about Python. What is Python? First thing is Python is a programming language. Very simple. It is a programming language which is used to write coding part, coding part for the application development, coding part for the application development. So what is Python? It's a programming language, right? So what is the purpose of Python? Which is used to write coding part for the application development. In the any software application development, compulsory some logic or coding is required. That coding we are going to write using what language? Python language only. And for your kind information, out of all these subjects which I have listed out, totally 6 subjects which I am going to cover, right? In this, you are going to learn only one programming language that is called Python only, sir. Remaining all are not languages. I'll tell you what are these, okay? So only one language, which is very important. So it is a programming language. Using this programming language, we can write logic part for the application development. So this is subject number one and what it is and what is the purpose. And subject number two, Django. So what is this? Actually, Django is not a programming language. Django is a framework. What is framework also? I'll tell you just a moment. So Django is a framework which is used to develop the web applications. Okay. So what is Django? It is a framework which is used to develop the web applications. So web application means what? Simple. The application, the application which will provide, which will provide the services over the web is called web application. Over the web is called web application. In general, in our day-to-day activities, we will try to browse a lot of web applications, right? Like Flipkart, Amazon, Instagram, Facebook, and many more banking application that are all our service-oriented applications. So the application which will provide services over the web or internet is called web application. I can say that. So the web applications in Python full stack development to develop web applications or websites, what framework is required? Django framework is required. Using Django framework, we can develop web applications. And Django is a Python based web development framework. It is a Python based web development framework, sir. It is. So Django is a Python based web development framework. Why we are saying this framework is Python based means Django framework, Django framework completely written in, completely written in which language, Python language only. That's what we are saying. It is a Python based web development framework. So Django framework completely written in Python language. By writing Python language code only, so they generate Django frameworks. So that's what it is, a Python based web framework. And to start learn Django framework to develop web application, what is the prerequisite subject, Prerequisite subject means already you must and should aware the subject is called Python. So if you know about Python, then you can start learn Django. So Django is required Python because Django framework can only understand Python instructions. If you pass the instructions with Python, then only Django can understand. If you pass the instructions by using Java or .NET, Django cannot understand because Django implemented by using Python language. So to learn Django for development of web applications, compulsory Python knowledge is required. So Django required Python. So to learn Django, prerequisite subject is Python. To learn Python, what is the prerequisite subject? No prerequisite subject, nothing is required. Start from Python only, no problem. Okay, so Django is a framework. It's not a programming language. And I'll tell you at the end, okay, what is framework? Just a moment. There is another framework is there, REST API. These are total in Python full stack development. You are going to learn three frameworks. One is Django. Next one is REST API. Next one is Flask. Total three frameworks you are going to learn. So next we'll start with REST API. What is meaning of REST API? Where we can use, and using REST API, what we can do actually in Python full stack development. So first, REST API is a framework. Again, it is also a framework. What is the use of REST API means, which is used to develop the APIs. Yes, which is used to develop APIs. So what is API? First, we'll try to understand. API stands for application programming interface. Application programming interface. And API is a software tool. API is a software tool which enable the web application, to communicate with the other application, to communicate with other applications. API is a software tool which enables the web application to communicate with other applications. Why the application need to be communicate with other applications, I'll tell you the logic. It's very simple, sir. For example, you can consider one real-time app which we are going to use very oftenly, like Flipkart.com or Swiggy. Okay, you can consider an example like Swiggy app. So as a customer, we will open Swiggy app for ordering the food. So once you place the order of the food, then after that we need to do payment. For making the payment section, and the Swiggy app will send the request to your banking application. So what bank name you have chosen while making the payment, that request goes to that particular bank application. And bank application can communicate with the server like bank server and getting the response from the server. Same response will send back to the Swiggy application where you have received the request, right? So here closely observe, for making the payments, the Swiggy application is able to communicate with your banking concern banking application. So the two applications are communicating each other, right? They are talking with each other by sending request and getting response. So that communication is going to happen via API. So API act as a middleman service, or API act as a intermediary service between application in real-time applications. So imagine without API, no applications can talk with each other in real time. This is compulsory and mandatory. So just observe, through Django, we implement some web application. Normally, web application means what I said, the application which will provide services over the web or internet is called web application. Our main intention to implement a web application means to provide services to the target customers. But if your Django web application is not in a position to communicate with other application, then how we can provide services to your customers, right? So in real time, every application which is in online that must be communicate with somehow other application for exchanging the data or sending request and getting response. It's common. Imagine that once we implement with Python coding and Django framework, we are ready to launch my web application. But once you launch your web application on the server, this application in a position to communicate with other application without APIs, your Django application cannot interact with any application. So that's what compulsory after learning Django framework, if you are in a full stack development process, you must and should learn another framework like REST API. So REST API is an extension of Django. To learn REST API, compulsory Django as well as Python, both are prerequisite subjects. Yes, the person who know already Python as well as Django, then that person can eligible to learn REST API compulsory. That if you want to learn REST API, you must and should have the knowledge on Django as well as Python. If you don't have Python knowledge, Django knowledge, you can't go for REST API. So REST API is also a framework which is used to develop or generate the APIs. API stands for Application Programming Interface. API is a software tool which we generate, which will enable the web application to communicate with other application general. But what about REST Surrier? Why we are calling it as REST API? Very simple. The APIs, the APIs, the APIs which are generate, the APIs which are generate, the APIs which are generate by using REST architecture. REST architecture is called REST API. Very simple. The APIs which are generated by using REST architecture is called REST API. Okay. So REST is an architectural pattern or design pattern. REST stands for representational state transfer. Okay. It is a design pattern or architectural pattern. By using this design pattern, we are trying to generate APIs for our Django web applications to communicate with other application. So without REST API, Django application is no need to develop, waste of time. After Django application, web application, you must generate APIs for your web application to interact with other applications, to exchange the data or to understand the request and response process in real time. So REST API prerequisite subjects are what, sir? Django compulsory and also Python is compulsory. Okay, yes. Next, there is another framework, which is third framework I'm going to teach, that is called Flask. So we'll talk about Flask. What is Flask? Flask is also a Python-based web development framework. Flask is also a Python-based web development framework, I'm saying. Using Flask framework, we can develop the single page web applications. Single page web applications. See, using Django or Django, we can develop web application, as well as using Flask framework also we can develop web application. But what is the difference between Flask and Django? Very simple, sir. Using Django framework, we can develop medium scale and large scale applications like e-commerce websites, financial banking websites, social media websites we can build using Django framework. Medium and large scale web applications are possible. But whereas using Flask framework, we can develop only single page web applications, or else we can say micro frameworks it is. So also called as Flask is also called as micro framework. Micro. So that means we can develop a small scale applications. That means we can develop small scale applications, not medium, not even medium, only small scale application, single page web applications we can develop using Flask. See, single page application means dashboard kind of application. In one page, we can do all the activities, okay, all the operations. And to learn Flask, what is the prerequisite subject means only Python is enough, sir. No Django, no REST API. Flask need only Python. Prior knowledge of Python is required. REST API is required Django as well as Python knowledge. Django is required Python knowledge. Python doesn't require any knowledge. Okay. So total three frameworks I'm going to teach you. Flask framework, REST API framework, Django framework. Now coming to the point, only Python is a programming language, but rest of them, which I explained, Django, REST API, Flask are frameworks. So what is framework here? Okay, every time I'm saying that it's a framework. But what is framework? Very simple, sir. Framework means framework is a set of rules and specifications. Framework is a set of rules and specifications. So once the Django framework, when we install, then by following some set of rules and specification, as a developer, we have to develop the application. And framework is a collection of libraries. Yes, framework is a collection of libraries. Meaning is what? Suppose you want to, if you want to develop a web application by using Django framework, you have to install Django framework. Once the moment if you install Django framework, web application related libraries all will be downloaded and installed and available in your computer. So this is nothing but collection of class libraries or libraries. Each library contains built-in classes and methods. Yes. So framework is nothing but it's a collection of libraries. Library means it's a collection of classes. Each class contains built-in methods. Each method contains some built-in implementation. So ultimately, I can say in simple word, libraries are nothing but ready-made resources. Ready-made resources means already they have implemented and they are providing to us directly to use. So as a Python full stack developer, we can import those libraries, what they have already pre-implemented, directly we can use it in our application development. So using these libraries like ready-made resources, programmer time is not going to waste. Programmer time will save a lot. And application development process also will be fast. So obviously project development cost also will be reduced. That is the advantage of built-in frameworks. So Python Software Foundation, it's a community actually. So right now complete Python maintained by PSF, Python Software Foundation. They are offering us different frameworks like Django, REST API, Flask, any framework you once you install, and there will be a lot of libraries will be installed automatically and it's available to use it in your application directly. So imagine that there is no built-in libraries, means predefined stuff. So as a programmer, you need to prepare your own stuff and use it in your application. Obviously, preparation, it takes time, and using into your application, again, it will take time. But right now we are doing what? Just because of already frameworks are there, directly we can consume these libraries into our application. So no need to implement any code from scratch. the things will be easy, faster rate of application development is possible, sir. So this is exactly framework. But along with libraries, what they provide, some rules and regulations also have to follow. You can't go with behind the rules. Okay. Yes. So far what I explained, three frameworks like Flask, REST API, Django, one language like Python. See, before going to explain about fifth and sixth subject like UI basics and SQLite3 and MySQL, see, sir, to become a Python full stack web developer, you must and should understand what is front-end development, front-end development, as well as back-end development, back-end development. The person or student who know complete front-end development process as well as back-end development process, that person will become a full stack developer. See, as of now, I explained three frameworks and one programming language, right? Total four subjects, what is what and purpose I explained. And these four subjects under comes into back-end development only, not front-end. But front-end development, what is this? What are the subjects? Only UI basics. Total this subjects under comes into front-end development process. UI means user interface. Like user interface means for the first time when you visit any website, what you are going to see on the screen, that is called UI, user interface. This user interface, how to develop, this means designing purpose generally. How to develop front-end development process, what skills are required means you should have the skills of like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, jQuery, Bootstrap. These are all completely client side, means user interface side only. So using HTML, we can develop some web pages, only web pages, no design, no styling. Do you want to make look and feel better for your web pages? You have to apply CSS, means cascading style sheet. So you can provide some extra styling to the HTML pages. And HTML and CSS styling along with page will be prepared, but no functionality. Do you want to make any functionality like activities or validations? Validation means user given data is valid or invalid. Do you want to cross verify? Again, we need a language called JavaScript language. JavaScript generally for client side validation purpose we use. And this HTML, CSS, JavaScript are very basic UI technologies. And then jQuery and Bootstrap are advanced UI technologies. And jQuery is an extension of JavaScript. jQuery is nothing but JavaScript libraries. Bootstrap is the combination of CSS and JavaScript libraries. Both are there. So in our full stack development, especially in web application development process, we will be more concentrate on Bootstrap because Bootstrap is the most popular front-end framework which makes more rich design and rich user interface possible. So this is completely UI basics. We will explain all the subjects in detail once we start Django development process. Okay. So front-end development means UI basics. The back-end development contains three things again, three main three subcomponents. One is the language is required in the back-end development process. What language we are going to use in our full stack development? Obviously Python. Next, the frameworks are required. Yes, what frameworks just now explained? Django framework, REST API framework, Flask framework. Three frameworks are there. And next third subcomponent is the database. It's very important, database compulsory, because you are accepting customer data or client data, then customer data or client data must be saved into database permanently. For that, one storage area is required, that is database, where we can store our customer data permanently. For database creation, database design purpose, there are two subjects we are going to learn again, that is SQLite3 and MySQL. See, sir, SQLite3 is a built-in and predefined subject which is integrated with the Django framework. The moment when we starts with Django development. Automatically SQLite tree is an integral part of Django framework. So we can manage all the database activities by using SQLite tree database only. If at all you need some database specialization, then you need to learn MySQL. So MySQL, why I recommend in the sense, most of the Python real-time applications recommend MySQL. It doesn't mean that Python do not support Oracle, MongoDB, MS SQL like Microsoft SQL Server and PostgreSQL remaining databases. It support. Python also support all the database no matter it is. But majority of the cases who are into Python full stack development process in real time, they might use MySQL most of the cases. So if you ask Java full stack developers what their database means, obviously they used to say Oracle, right? So Oracle with Java combination will be like that only. If you ask same thing .NET full stack developer, what is your database means? Obviously they used to say MS SQL, right? Microsoft SQL Server because Microsoft product only. So combination you have to learn. That's what I'm telling you. So before going to start learn any software courses, you must be have the clarity. Okay, which combination will work for getting a job? You have to focus on it. So database purpose, we will teach SQLite 3 basics and MySQL basics completely. So these are all total front-end development and back-end development. The person who know about complete front-end development process as well as back-end development process in real time, that person we can call it as full stack developer, sir. See, these are all the subjects which I'm going to cover. One language, Python, total three frameworks, Django, REST API, Flask frameworks, and UI technologies for designing purpose, database for storing your client data or customer data. So if you learn complete these subjects, you can try a job as a Python full stack web developer. In your resume, you can keep after completion of learning these subjects, you can keep like programming language Python, frameworks like Django, REST API, Flask, and UI technologies like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, jQuery, Bootstrap, and database tools like SQLite 3, MySQL. That's enough. So your profile will be shortlisted as a full stack developer. You have to attend the interviews. You have to prove yourself and get the job. And after getting a job, what is the role? So people may ask, so many students ask me, sir, if I get a job as a Python full stack developer, should be my role like in everyday process, should I involve Python, Django, REST API and Flask parallelly? No, sir, not at all. So once your role will be fixed before going to start the project development in real time. So they will hire you full stack developer, but it doesn't mean that completely you should work on multiple subjects in throughout the project development. Not at all. Once your role will be fixed by your team lead or project manager, if you are into Python development, only you should focus on Python coding. No need to involved in Django development, REST API and all. In case your managers decide your role is in Django, you should write completely Django code only. Or if your manager decides you have to write microservices programming using Flask means your role will be in Flask only. Then you may get doubt why they hire full stack developers or if my role is fixed only Python or Django means. So this is the thing is once they hire you as a full stack developer, whenever the projects are going to be complete and new project when they take up, all of a sudden Django developers are shortage. So they should not hire again who knows Django very well, right? It's a typical hiring process for the companies are typical actually because skilled candidates on that time they might not get. So that's what already you are a profile of full stack developer so that your role will be changed. So they can use your resource in any aspect like Python, Django, REST API. That's what in right now in the software development process, full stack developers are having huge demand in the market with high pay scale compared to exclusive Python developer. For example, you have joined only you know about only Python, right? So you got a job in Python development. Once your Python projects are over, you should be on bench whenever they hand they'll try to get Python project, again, you need to involve that. But once imagine your profile is full stack development process means it's an evergreen profile. So your resource can be utilized in any aspect in the company. So they don't think about your profile, you should be in bench or not, like that. So these are the advantages if you are looking for full stack. I'm not speaking about Python full stack development only, sir. Any full stack development like Java people, Java full stack development, .NET people, .NET full stack development, like that only. Okay. So that is the main thing. So give me 1 second, Mr. Ganesh Sundar. I'll tell you that all particulars. So this is exactly which I want to discuss in demo session, first demo session. Okay, I'm not enter into detail, just very basic information which I disclose right now today. So full stack development subject, how many subjects are need to be learned, each subject purpose and what it is, I explain clearly. Because this knowledge, this information is very important before going to start learn any course. Okay. Yes. So this is from my side today, and I'm asking you, feel free to attend 3 more demo lectures daily, 8 o'clock. You should join with same link. Once you complete 3 more demo lectures, so that you will get clarity how I'm teaching, whether you are able to understand my lecture, and if you are comfortable, do you really interest to continue with my lecture later after three more demos after, you should enroll for this course. For enrollment process, you should contact DURGASOFT. Even our team will keep in touch with you after this demo session. Don't worry. After demos completion, if you are really interested to enroll, you can enroll for this course. Otherwise, you can go to any other places where you can able to learn comfortably. You can go through it. Ultimately, you should be in a perfect position in this learning process, right? No matter from where you learn. And now it's time to your turn. If you have any question, you can feel free to ask me in the chat box so that I can read it and answer it. Okay. Yeah. The first question I'm taking, Mr. Sundar, what is the fee structure of full stack? See, sir, this is not right time to disclose fee particulars. Financial terms and condition our team will discuss with you. So very soon you will receive the details and particulars. Okay. So through your mail. And do we have any other frameworks that Python support other than Django? Yes, exactly. So there is a fast API framework is there, which I'm not including here, but unofficial, I'm telling you for sure in the next upcoming, whenever I announce new batch. So my plan is the fast API also I'm including in this frameworks, which is very popular in recent days, what I observed. So from the next batch onwards, I'm going to start fast API, but you may think like, what about from our batch, sir? Don't worry, when I start Fast API, you are also feel free to attend this Fast API with free of cost, because once I launch Fast API, the fee structure will be increased. But I promise you for this batch also same fee structure. What is the existing batch fee structure? I'll allow you to attend Fast API also. But this is unofficial, not official. You're asking the question, that's what I'm telling you, other than any frameworks. Fast API is a most popular framework. It's an extension of REST API. So any more questions? Please proceed it from your end. Who joined late? For them, I'm telling you, the sessions will be Monday to Saturday. Only Sunday is the off. And every session is going to be recorded. Same session recorded video we will upload to your Google Drive. That will be lifetime access. And what we can say, yes. And the session time is 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. This is the fixed time. Okay, and along with video lectures, I will send the each and every subject material, that is PDF. In the middle, after 2 weeks, every 2 weeks after, I'll send MCQ question paper to your mail. You have to write exam at your place. Then also, once I start logical programming, we will try to give the assignments you have to do from your end. Same assignment task we will be discussed in our class. Okay. And most important, I forgot to tell you, this session, like full stack development session, I'm going to introduce AI tools. Nowadays, how AI is important role will play in software development, you know that. Like how to search your code in ChatGPT as well as Perplexity as well as Claude, Claude, and as well as Gemini AI. So these tools we will introduce how to search your Python code with ChatGPT as well as Perplexity, Claude, and Gemini AI. Along with this, who are looking for data analysis and data science programming after Python, some data analysis libraries, important key libraries also I'm going to cover in our sessions. These are all will be covered in Python only, sir, not in Django and all, okay? Anywhere we can use these tools, no problem. But I mean to say that somebody think that if I join only Python, will it be covered or not? Yes, it will be covered. So pandas, Python data analysis, Matplotlib, mathematical plot library data visualization, NumPy means numerical Python, and Cborn. These are all data analysis programming modules. These also will be covered, key libraries especially, sir. Okay, yeah. Actually, I am also looking for Python scripting to learn. Will you cover those libraries? Obviously. Scripting means coding only, right, sir? It's not a other thing. I'm having 8 years experience as an Wintel administrator. Shall I enroll for this course? Yeah, I'm not sure what you're doing right now, but if it is really help to your career, obviously I recommend Mr. Vikas Ranjan. So learning subject is not a waste of time, right? It's important. Nowadays, Python knowledge is required everywhere. If you go through anywhere, Python is prerequisite language only. So one language is enough to deal with many applications in software development. So it's an add-on advantage only once you learn Python. So any more questions from your end? Please proceed it. Yes, I hope you understand this. Don't miss the sessions. For the next 3 more demo sessions, feel free to attend at same link, same time 8 p.m. So thanks for attending this session. After demo lectures, you can decide it. Okay. So have a nice time. See you tomorrow at same time 8 p.m.